Good afternoon, David, and welcome to the Sunday special. How are you today?
Okay, yes. Yeah. Just
Well, folks,
obviously this is a broadcast that's been put on us rather than us doing it off our own backs.
but we'll show you why we are doing this broadcast, and we'll tell you why in a minute. I'm going to share, I'm going to share an image. I'll put it up just now, folks. You've all seen it before. That's David Knight 12 days ago on this very channel.
We support
David,
Palestine.
and this was just after the government had prescribed Palestine Action, a direct protest movement, as terrorists. Now, let me take this image down. Today, we dedicate this special broadcast to a Mr. William Anderson of this parish, who has taken offence to the fact that David and I allegedly support a prescribed terrorist group. Okay, and we have been reported to YouTube, and we have been reported to Police Scotland. Now, David and I did say at the time when we were asking you to put in your social media platform that you support Palestine Action, that if they were going to come for anybody, it would be the people who were influencing people to do that. Now, Mr. Anderson seems to have missed the point. The point was, Mr. Anderson, to take the mickey out of the UK government, because we don't expect Police Scotland to show up at our doors. We're no members of Palestine Action. And apart
Perhaps,
from that,
perhaps,
David,
perhaps Mr. Anderson could go back on to the police and really push them to come
come
to
and
our
see us.
door. Because to be honest with you, it's like normally I'd be going, oh no, don't send the police, right? In this one, I'm going, yeah, send the
Yeah,
police
please
because I'm
send the
ready.
police.
I'm ready to make more of this. I really am.
So, ma.
Yeah,
So if the police are going to show up, it'll probably be tomorrow, David.
yeah,
The weekend's a busy time. If
yeah,
YouTube's going to take any action against us,
yeah.
like shut our channel down, then Mr. Anderson may well be feeling the full force of my lawyer, I don't know about yours, because they will have interrupted a schedule of and a programme of aid for those who are struggling in our society. The whole basis of our programme and the money we generate is to help others.
Yes,
We're compassionate people. Now, David and I have been involved in protests in the past, and we have been involved in direct protest movements in the past. David and I are both past members and present, but I don't know about him, but I'm a present member of CND. Now, CND is quite famous for direct action, and at times I have supported Greenpeace, because Greenpeace have been using direct action against the whalers back in the 80s and in the 90s.
have they killed anybody, David?
No. Happy Sunday for a foggy future international border where I'm on my break. Fuck Mr. Anderson. Now, John, thank you for the sentiment, but we're trying to keep it polite.
Be nice.
Mr. Anderson,
We want Mr. Anderson to approach the police and say, "Look, please, sir, can you please send policemen to their doors?"
and Mr. Anderson, feel free to phone the police back up today, because
Yeah.
today David and I still support the right of direct protest as a form of protest in a democracy. And I mean, if you take Just Stop Oil, Dave and I didn't like their methods, but we absolutely respected the right to carry out that direct action because it was peaceful. It was bloody well dangerous to themselves, but it was peaceful. As I say, we have been supporters of Greenpeace, we have been supporters of CND,
Yeah.
and every one of them is a direct action protest group, but none of them have been prescribed. This group of direct action protesters have been prescribed for what we call criminal damage. CND, the police, camp up at AA. Flaslane, criminal damage every other day of the bloody week. CND, we did common was there. They used to walk away with a fence every other fucking day. This is nonsense. But we did say, folks, if they were going to have a go at anybody, it would be the people influencing others to show the stupidity and make a mockery of the Westminster government for prescribing a peaceful protest group. Okay,
and, and also the people that would choose to put a complaint in about us would be the people who would therefore support what the British government are doing and the what Israel is doing to the people of Gaza and West Bank, which is a ridiculous, dreadful situation. But these people do exist. And what we've got to do is we've got to take the fight to them.
Wait, I've got a question for you, Sir Larry the Cat. Are we talking about Squarehead Anderson for the form? No, we're talking about Mr. William Anderson, who lives quite near me, who has taken offence to the fact that David and I support direct action protest groups, not just Palestine Action. As we've just explained, at previous times, we've supported Greenpeace, we've supported CND.
Yep.
I've even taken part in direct action protests during the poll tax protests.
We also took direct action against BBC as well, if you want to take it that far.
Aye.
And it's like we hurt their eardrums. That was basically it. You know, that was the nearest we came to actually having any action against human beings. You know, so.
But Mr. Anderson, you obviously don't watch this programme very much, because if you did, you know the whole auspice behind it was to help others.
I don't think Mr. Anderson is that bothered. I think he's more interested in putting his own political agenda forward. Now, I'm not going to say what that political agenda is because we'll save it for another day.
Save it when we're more sure.
Yeah.
But what we'll all say, Mr. Anderson, is if David and I are ready to by the push, and we do have to take this to the court, and it does have to get thrown out of court because it will, you will be hearing from our lawyers, because we happen to know where you are and who you are.
Right now, I don't know if any of you read any of my posts. I did a post last night, basically to answer what has been put up on the Home Office prescribed list. Okay, it's entitled "Terrorist or Protester." Right. I'm going to read the whole thing. You can read that if you'll go on at my timeline. But the idea is that I've taken the words of the Home Office, I've copied them onto this post, and basically at the end of it, I put my opinion.
A convenient email hash phrase how we know who it was.
Yeah, yes.
Don't want to say who got the email, but whoever got the email made me aware of it. So that's how we know who it was, because of their email address and their IPS address.
Right, can I continue? Right. Yep. My opinion of the Home Office words are, this organisation encourages protest, and where criminal damage is taking place, I would simply say that both Scotland and England, including Wales and Northern Ireland, have laws that already cover criminal damage. They are not a terrorist group or organisation in my absolute estimation, and supporters who protest and create criminal damage should be dealt with using standard criminal damage laws. At the end of the day, it's like you're caught smashing up somebody's window or whatever, then yeah, you pay for that, right? Note the sentence that says Palestine Action promotes and encourages terrorism. That's in the Home Office words. Do they? Do they really? I don't think so. I don't really need to say more except I support Palestine Action. However, the very moment they resort to killing innocent people, the same as the Israeli Defense Force do under the Zionist government to the people in the West Bank and Gaza, yeah, but there was definitely I would turn my back on them. However, that action, if it ever happened, would be stupid and self-defeating. They wouldn't ever do that because they're a protest group.
Now, David, we have to say that we respect Mr. Anderson's views, whatever they are.
Yeah,
But we don't respect his right to catch one of our programmes without knowing the auspice of the whole show.
That's right. Someone is most entitled to their own opinion, right? And we've campaigned hard for that in the past, right? Took me a bit to learn it because I loved stomping hard on trolls' heads, but never mind.
And that's why I always say on this programme, if Mr. Anderson was a regular viewer, that the spanners are not allowed to ban people. They can put them on the naughty step for a couple of minutes or whatever, but they're not allowed to ban people.
Yeah, something I would say that I think that David and I are both well in agreement. I would usually lend my support to the Home Office in naming groups or organisations who take lives. But in the case of Palestine Action, I fail to see the logic employed. Perhaps a representative from the Home Office could explain it to me, and if not, my hackles start to grow. And as someone who also supports Scottish independence as part of the Yes campaign, I begin to wonder when we'll see the Yes family or the Yes campaign prescribed on the Home Office list as a terrorist organisation in the future. We've already been described as extremists, Nick Clegg, etc., by prominent politicians in Westminster, so perhaps it's not so fanciful an idea. Time for independence, 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 as they say in Scotland. Meanwhile, the poor innocents of West Bank and Gaza continue to suffer a dreadful fate. Let's keep our support going and embarrass the UK government till they cannot ignore us. All right.
And that seems to be the point that Mr. Anderson has also missed. There are millions of people putting that up in social media. We don't expect a visit from the police, Mr. Anderson, unless you insist. Because there are millions of people, and probably everybody in here at the moment, at our request, put on their social media that they support the Palestine Action. I have watched huge independent news organisations put up their biggest reporters, people like George Minabot, to state publicly known that he could get prosecuted and up to 14 years in jail, that they support Palestine Action. And the reason for it, we're not teasing the government and telling them, come on, lift this. And every weekend in London, since they've been prescribed, there have been over 100 people arrested for holding up wee bits of card and processing peacefully that say, we support Palestine Action. And that will go on until the courts tell this government, this is stupid, enough is enough.
Yeah.
So, David and I welcome the police, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah. All right, okay. There's one wee thing that I did at the back end of the post, which was then it came for the old poem that was done during the run up to the Second World War. They said then they came for the Jews, and then there was no one left for me. So I've bastardized that a little bit, excuse the French. Then they came for the charity workers, trying to help poor innocent folk in Gaza. And having spotted them, they killed them. And I did not speak because I was not a charity worker in that place, thank God. Then they came for the Palestinian children in Gaza, in the West Bank, and killed and maimed them and made them orphans. And I did not speak out because I was not a child or a mother or a father in Gaza on the West Bank. Excuse me, I'm welling up the thing about it.
It's all right, David. You just
Yeah.
We get the gist
Then,
of it. So
then they came for those who were dying of hunger in Gaza, and those who had homes in the West Bank to be stolen by Israeli settler thieves. And I did not speak out because I was not hungry in Gaza or had a home in the West Bank. Then he decided to kill starving people who made the mistake of queuing up for a scrap of food. And I did not speak out because I was not starving to death, nor lived in that place, thank God. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me.
Well, they're not coming for us because we didn't win that place. But we get the gist of it.
Thank God.
Because it's the fascist direction that this UK government's gone in. First they came for their stop oil, but they didn't prescribe them.
Yeah.
Then they came for the Palestinian justice for Palestine.
Yeah.
And they did prescribe them.
Yeah.
The question is, what's next?
Yeah.
Right, because I support Palestine action, I'm a terrorist or a dreamer. It depends whose boat you're trying to catch or face you're trying to save. Face you're trying to save. Thanks, John. You're absolutely right.
John, you're not a terrorist. It's appealing something because somebody in a government that's nothing to do with us says that you're a terrorist, doesn't make you one.
What I will say about this programme today, folks, yous are showing Mr. Anderson what this community's about.
Yeah.
Yous are showing this of Mr. Anderson what this community's actually about. Mr. Anderson, we do carry out direct action on this community. We directly feed people who can't afford to feed themselves. There is a similarity with Gaza there, except for nobody's shooting the people going to food banks here that we help. But actions have consequences, Mr. Anderson.
Yes.
And when no consequences come of your action, or if consequences do come of your action, I'm afraid there will be ramifications for you.
Yes.
Because that's generally how these things work.
Yeah.
So I would sort of say, Mr. Anderson, it's time for you to cease and desist. David and I will deal with the situation that you have created, and we'll hope and pray, and I'm no religious man, that YouTube doesn't shut this channel down, because there'll be thousands and thousands and thousands of people across Scotland who would have went hungry if it hadn't been for this community.
Right.
And if you put a stop to that, then we're coming for you. And it'll be the courts. Because you have condemned thousands of people in our country to additional hardship because of the work that our community does.
Non-violence is our way, right? And in actual fact, if you remember, in London, where a lot of the arrests took place, was at the statue of Mahatma Gandhi.
And, of course, under the statue of Nelson Mandela.
That's right, yes.
But, as I say, Mr. Anderson, there will be consequences. If YouTube shuts this channel down and people in Scotland start going hungry, people that we as a community could have helped, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you, Mr. Anderson. And more importantly, that will make me, David, and our community angry. And I've got a backup YouTube channel sitting.
Yeah.
And we will organise. And we will take your retribution.
Well,
because that other channel will take half a year or more to grow to the point where we could reassume our work.
Yeah.
Helping the poor of our country. Actions have consequences, Mr. Anderson.
Yeah. Well, as far as that's concerned, we don't know at the moment because it's all up in the air. We've got to say, right, are the police coming? Are they not? Is YouTube closing? Is it not? We need to wait and see what happens. All right. But guys, if we suddenly go missing, then obviously we will get information to you as to where you can find us. All right.
And we're not worried about up to 14 years in jail for stating that we support a peaceful protest group, which actually, gets involved in direct action. I'm afraid David and I have been involved in that sort of thing before.
It seems that people that are getting under Section 23 or something like that, and they are serving a short prison sentence and paying a £5,000 fine. Don't know how that works.
Alistair in the chat, I'm so proud of this community for the support. Bravo to all. I am nearly in tears. I have worked for food banks and seen things firsthand, how desperate people are. That was 7 years age for food and baby banks. Alistair, thanks very much. You're a generous man in your support and the support of the rest of the community. As I say, that's what got me upset.
The image that's up there is somebody holding a heart-shaped balloon with a soul tower on it. Definitely, Alistair. You've got a big heart with a soul tower on it. So there you go, mate.
As I say, I mean, that's the thing that really upset me. I don't mind them reporting us for supposed prescribed terrorist group. Suppose Scotland's not going to pay any attention to that. What really got my ire was that if YouTube take direct action, demonetise us, or shut our channel down, then the support that we supply in our community will dry up.
Yeah.
And if we have to move to the secondary channel that I've got set up, it's going to take us months and months and months to get to the point where we can monetize it and resume the work we're doing.
Yeah, right. That's right. We can do that in prison, by the way.
Aye. Christina, thank you. Now, folks, just donate if you can. That wasn't the point of this programme. The point of this programme was to call this guy out.
Yes.
Hope the followers, they come and see us. But more important, to let you people know the danger that the channel might suddenly be shut down.
Please be aware,
why
there are many Mr. William Andersons in our wonderful country.
Yes.
He does not stand alone in that. And in actual fact, it's like I have one thing that happened to David long ago, was he lost his job through someone complaining about him doing broadcasts, right? And that was difficult for David at the time.
That was another Mr. Anderson situation.
Was it? Yeah.
This is a different sort of situation.
Yeah, it's just to show you that we do have people that have these strange ideas. It's like for any normal person to look at what's happening in Gaza and West Bank and go, "Oh, I support Israel. They've every right to go in there and kill all those men, women, children, innocents, right?" No, they don't. No, they don't.
Mr. Anderson shutting this channel is like blowing the fluffy head off a dandelion. It will only spread and rebirth, but in greater numbers. Well, it would still take us a while to grow on the other channel, Mark.
Yes.
You know, because we wouldn't have time to tell you. They would just shut this platform down, and it would be very difficult, especially for people who watch YouTube only. So I will tell you, there is a David McGuinness channel out there. It's blank. There's nothing on it.
Yeah.
But it has been created. And Sarah and I were going to do some food reviews and that on it, but never really get around to it. So we do have somewhere to migrate to. But if it happens, if they shut us down, say tomorrow, when we can't broadcast, because this was only done on Friday, as far as I can tell. So YouTube haven't had a chance to review his complaint yet.
Hopefully it won't happen.
We're just hoping. And normally
it hasn't happened with Double Down News, and it hasn't happened with umpteen other YouTube channels, right? So at the end of the day, it's like, I've got to say, it may not happen at all.
I like this one. John Baxter, you're a mental case. Was Mr. Anderson not also the bad guy in the Matrix? Anyway, folks, the whole point of this broadcast was to let you know that this particular person doesn't like the fact that Dave and I support direct action groups, and we have done in the past, and we've actually participated in them in the past. Yeah. But you never know, I might again in the future because I'm still mobile enough. But we're not going to change. We're not going to change. But as I say, wanted to also warn you that this particular, um, I don't know, vindictive person. I don't know what the script is with this person. Has
Well,
actually
the one good thing about what we've achieved is that the genie is now out of the bottle. We now have an increasing following in terms of people that look at what we do and what we say, and they support us, right? And as far as that's concerned, great, wonderful. Most important thing though is the money that goes out to the food banks. And I assure you, it really, really does make a massive difference to people's lives.
we do have other channels as friends, so they would be able to spread the message for us that we've got a new channel, whatever it's called. But it would still take time and it would be annoying. Now, normally, the first sanction for YouTube would be demonetize us for a while,
Yes.
For
Yeah.
a prescribed period.
Yeah.
That would
De-
be that would be,
Demonetizing is something that they don't do easily because it means that they take the 30% that Google make off, and Google go, "Oi, what are you doing?"
right, Dave. Now I need to round this one up. I just to let you know, folks, if the channel disappears like that, we're not expecting it to. But if the channel disappears like that, that'll be because YouTube or so we have broken their community rules.
Please, if you've got a few minutes, uh, I'm a slow reader because of my stroke, right? And I've said 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, right? Go and have a look at my timeline on Facebook, David Milligan, the timeline on Facebook, and for this latest thing about the terrorist or protester, right? Because at the end of the day, it's something I want to sink in. I would like it shared as well. That's the important thing. I would like it shared.
So this matter's closed now as far as we're concerned at this point in time until we find out what action is going to be taken against us, if any. As I say, did they see YouTube take any action against Double Down News when George Minabot made the same statement?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them shut down Political Joe. I haven't seen them shut down any of the other channels that have said similar things.
Yeah.
So, as I say, if they are going to take this guy seriously in any way, we expect.
Interesting. Just before I go, right? Late last night, I watched the newspaper review on Sky News, and they were talking about Palestinian action. And both people that were doing the newspaper review both agreed that really they're not a terrorist group.
No, to let you understand, the studio's their own restream, but if YouTube shut us down, we just can't stream to YouTube. But to be fair, my newspaper review and the Two Davies afternoon channel are actually on the one channel.
That's right.
They're just two different broadcasts on the one channel. So if they shut down the Two Davies YouTube channel, then we can't use the studio to make YouTube videos. Something like that on that channel.
Marty says, "Is Mr. Anderson a Zionist?"
I don't know, Mr. Anderson, so well.
I don't think anybody in that position, and I don't want to say too much, really, really knows what they are.
I think he's just somebody who doesn't like our point of view when it comes to Scottish independence and has seen an opportunity to attack.
Yes, that's right.
As David pointed out, it's happened before.
Yeah.
Him and I have been in this campaign game for a long time.
Yeah.
So we've got a long history of putting our head up above the parapet and getting shot at. Christ, the newspapers even had a go at us, didn't they, David?
Yeah, that was quite interesting. That was quite funny. But
some of you guys might remember it actually.
But at the time that we were doing the setups, we had lots of people that were threatening us, literally threatening us with legal action or what we were saying, and all the rest, and we're going, well, yeah, and you end up having rubber skin. You've got to have rubber skin, right? And you end up saying, "Well, go ahead, bring it on."
Aye, Davy.
And the phrase that Nicola Sturgeon came away with, "Bring it on." I don't think she formed that herself. I think that was her supporters of independence that were saying, "Right, bring it on."
With £1 for every time somebody was going to sue us, David would be rich. But this isn't the first time we've had to deal with something like
£100. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, so
this. It's not the first time we've had to deal with something like this.
yeah,
See, I've been through the situation we're in now a couple of times with direct attacks, and David's been through it a couple of times with direct attacks, and we've both been through it a couple of times together in direct attacks, including in the newspapers. So it's no new to us. It isn't new to us. But what is upsetting me this time is the chance that this guy might interrupt our activities and helping others.
yeah.
You know, that really annoyed me. And that's that really got under my skin because we're so proud of what this community has achieved among us. And that includes David and I, because you guys are the community and we're part of it. We're not the creators of the community. The community was already there.
Yeah, that's right.
Just somewhere, before we were here as a channel, the end of two, Cafe was where the community, a lot of the community would gather to help others. It's just in our community to help others. We're just a focus point for it. That's all, and it's an honour to be that focus point. But the idea that this guy might actually be threatening that more than threatening David and I, because we've been threatened many, many times the other time. But 15 years in now, David. And you've been combating in the newspaper columns as long as I have and all. Back before we were doing the groups.
Yeah, I even remember in Qatar, right at the time I was on writing all the time.
Aye.
And that time, and I don't know if I knew you at the time I was in Qatar, but
I've come across you in the newspaper columns back here, the Scotsman, the Herald, and shit like that. Along with the wee Ginger Dug and a Barhead Boy and all them back in the papers, back in the day. Put this in the foot. So, Larry, that's very generous of you. Nip down the treasury just withdraw yourself another one, mate. Okay. Tell him you've got my permission. Nip next door and take it out of Rachel.
Our monetary policy. You guys can produce monetary policy yourself. You could say that everybody in Scotland that's got 10 quid in their pocket has to give 20 quid to a food bank. How's with that?
Aye, that's the new fiscal rules.
Yeah.
But David, I need to wind this one up because I need to nip out and get a birthday present for somebody.
Right.
But folks, it's just to let you know, and just in case the day takes some sort of action, we're not expecting that. I expect you guys to be here at 10:30 tomorrow morning. And David and I expect to be here at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Yes.
And if we don't, we'll make sure that people who have channels that you also visit can tell you where we are and put a link up for the other channel, because I'll key it to them in Discord. All right. Don't forget.
Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once.
And don't forget, as I say, this is the new for David Knight. And don't forget, there is also bank details on the YouTube channel if you want to donate that way, folks. All right.
At the end of the day, it's like just, we're watching brief just a moment. Just we had to warn you, we had to tell you. All right.
Make you aware of it in case we go up tomorrow morning we don't have a channel.
Okay.
All right. Right, that's the end of this one, David. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon as we write the next one.
I'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll watch your program.
Oh, yeah, there's that. Right, I'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for your generosity. Eyes in the